Hello guys, once again welcome to the right channel. You know, on the right channel it's all about cars and bikes. Today I have something very special for you in the form of a ride review. What am I reviewing today? Today I am reviewing the BMW S1000 XR. You know, when we talk about BMW, we talk about that mark that specializes in the very best. The BMW guys will say the ultimate driving machine. So I have one behind me, the BMW S1000 XR 2020 model, and I must tell you, this bike is fabulous. I've been enjoying my time on it today, and I'm here to tell you all about it. Yes guys, so as always I will say, make sure you like, share and subscribe to the right channel. All the contents that we are bringing you, if you share it, it allows us to be able to reach a bigger, wider audience, which is very needed. Thank you as always. And let's jump straight into the BMW S1000 XR. Now, the BMW S1000 series of bikes were released by BMW some years ago. Before that, BMW specialized in building bikes with boxer engines. After a few years of research and testing, R&D, they decided to release the S1000, and since it was released, it was a huge hit because the bike was very powerful, and because of all the quality componentry that it came with, straight away it shot to the very top of the super bike class. Now what BMW needed to do was to extend the lineup, so what they did was to build other bikes with that same engine. So they released the S1000 XR, the Gen 1. Now, Gen 1 was a very good bike, successful, and with that they actually introduced a new class, which is the sports adventure motorcycles. And today we are bringing you the second generation of the BMW S1000 XR. Now this is built around the new generation S1000 engine. Now the S1000 is a 999 cc 4-cylinder inline engine mated to a 6-speed transmission. Now with the all-new BMW S1000 XR, BMW introduces a new design. Now, unlike the previous one that has the asymmetric look, this one, it is very symmetric. Whatever you have on one side, you have the same on the other side. So it is very fluid and very aerodynamic looking. And the front part, that is my favorite part of the bike. It looks like the beak of an eagle, and it is very nice. At the same time, it looks very aggressive. The design works very well, and when it comes to aerodynamics, it works. You don't have any unpleasant buffeting. You are enveloped by a bubble of air, especially when you have the 2-stage adjustment in the windshield. The design works very well. Again, it tapers to the back side. When you look at it, it looks like a sports bike, but the way it's contoured, you sit in the bike and it gives a very comfortable riding position. As usual, the handlebars are pretty wide. Now with this new generation instrument cluster, I mean, all the information is at your fingertips. BMW has developed a new interface. All you have to do is just to turn the toggle and you just scroll through the menus and select whatever you want. The bike is really loaded. Everything that you can think about, this bike has got it. We have traction control, different modes. We have different ride modes. You talk about road, you talk about rain, you talk about dynamic, and you have dynamic pro, where you have the option of selecting everything. Because the bike is equipped with electronic dampers, you can adjust every aspect of how this bike feels, and I must tell you, it is really wonderful. I've been enjoying my time with it. Now the S1000 XR is also equipped with a 6-speed gearbox with a quick shifter. Now this quick shifter allows for clutchless upshifts and downshift, and it works really well. I think the only other quick shifter I've enjoyed that is a little bit better than this one is the one on the KTM, but I believe that this is very much up there with the very best. The gearbox is very effective. The gearing is solid. It allows the bike to accelerate very well, and I must tell you, if you like speed, this is a bike because it really moves, and it is really fast. The 999cc engine gives you 165 horsepower, and it is fast. The way and manner that the power comes at you is just mind-blowing. Now, this is the bike that does not even have the shift cam technology that the sports bikes have. So you can imagine if BMW had put the shift cam in this bike, it would have been one crazy bike. I mean, with 165 horsepower in an adventure sports bike, I mean, this bike is truly something very, very, very special. As usual, BMW equips its bikes with the very, very best of suspensions. Now, right from the front, you have very, very solid forks that give you a lot of confidence even when you are really, really powering the bike through corners. The bike just leans and it goes over the bumps, and everything is so perfect. It gives a lot of confidence. Now, as you go, the bike also picks the surface and adjusts itself accordingly, and all this adds up to be one very, very special ride. We can also talk about the dampers at the back, and they also work effectively. Even when you have a pillion on the bike can sense that and adjust itself to accommodate for that, and it makes one special bike. Even at top speed, which this bike is capable of doing, it feels so planted and so confident, inspiring. You always feel godlike when you are powering through the gears on this bike. No head shake, no weaving, very, very solid bike. My only gripe will be a bit of vibration that you get at certain gears. In certain rev ranges, you get a bit of vibration, which can be annoying at times if you happen to be at a speed that you remain at that particular rev range. But apart from that, I think it is a pretty perfect bike. Talking about the brakes on the S1000 XR 2020, I mean, when BMW switched from Brembo to its own branded brake, there was a lot of skepticism and there was a lot of talk about reliability because some of them were leaking and a whole lot. But all these things have been ironed out now, and the brakes are no different from all the other BMWs I've ridden in the past. Now, coupled with the electronics that this bike comes with, it is very solid. Whatever speed you can throw at this bike, if you want to stop, even when you are leaned over, the bike will surely stop. And it is confidence inspiring, and I must say they are solid set of brakes. You have two discs up front gripped by these BMW branded calipers. Also at the back you have a single piston grabbing a very big disc at the back, and they work very, very well. As usual, BMW electronics are spot on. They work very, very effectively. You feel it working, and it inspires a lot of confidence in the bike, and I'm enjoying my time with this bike. Now let's talk about feel, because a lot of times when we talk about four-cylinder engines, the engines are a bit lackluster, although they can pull very, very big horsepower. Often they feel a bit lackluster, but not with this bike. I mean, the way the power is delivered is healthy, the torque is good, and it is marvelous. Now, the sound on the bike is similar to most of the big bore four-cylinder engines that you have in most of the top four-cylinder bikes, but there is a bit of a bevel, you know, and there is a bit of a vibration to go with it, and it's pretty good. It is pretty good. It can't sound like a cross-plane R1 engine, but it is one special bike, and I must say that it is a good bike. All right, it has been a good time I spent with this bike. I've been riding around Accra, and there was a bit of a rain at a point, but the bike just kept going, and it just inspired a lot of confidence, and I was just riding the bike so confidently as if I've been having this bike for years, and it is a very, very, very good bike. The BMW S1000 XR 2020. If you happen to have an opportunity to own this, don't pass by. And when we talk about reliability of motorcycles, I mean, if we consider the European bikes, BMW is the best among the rest of the European bikes, and I think that if you happen to own this bike, you will not regret it. As always, the right channel, we are bringing you the very best in cars and motorcycles. Always make sure you share, like, and subscribe to the right channel. I've been Eddie Poku. All the best, and bye bye.